Awesome. So one of the questions I get asked the most by people is, when is Amazon going to squeeze out small time Amazon FBA sellers and take all the profit for themselves? And there are a lot of answers, and I want to dive deep into it this video. Awesome. Before we jump in and get started, I want you to hit that like button and the subscribe button below so I know that you like this sort of video. And now let's go for a little exploration together on Amazon. So you can see I've got the Amazon homepage pulled up here, and together we're going to explore if Amazon are already squeezing out or throttling smaller FBA sellers in favor for their own brands, or in favor for bigger Amazon sellers with more reputation or more sales history. So we are on the Amazon homepage together, and if you don't know this already, there are two ways that people can find your product on Amazon. One is the obvious way. It's the search bar up here. So people coming in and searching for a product. So for example, we're going to go for the AirPods case. So you can see I just started typing that. Obviously the most common suggestions come up. We click on AirPod case. Now this is the search results for AirPod case. These are the ones that Amazon use their algorithm to rank as high as possible, as well as their ads. And you can see up here, because this is one of the main ways, it's actually not the main way that people discover product, but one of the main ways using the SEO, you can see the very top, like, you know, the old school newspapers, they used to call it above the fold. So before you unfolded the newspaper, the above the fold was the most important results. You can see you've got this brand ad up here, which is a giant banner that these people, where are their brand names? Gmail, great brand name, are paying to be displayed across the top banner, and they will pay a lot of money in order to get their brand rolling and be making money from this. And then you've got a sponsored ad down here. So the first result that's displayed sort of in the organic way, this is obviously just a banner where this is displayed as the actual item, is an ad, number one. And then the last one that's above the fold there, when I search it, you can also see is another ad by the sponsored here. So we've got 3 ads staring us in the face at the moment, and no organic results yet. When we come and search further, when we scroll down further, you can see we've got the Amazon's choice. So this is highly rated, well-priced products available to ship immediately. These are ones that are selling really, really well. You can see they're all in the thousands of reviews. And although this is not an ad, this is a little curation of Amazon's choice, where Amazon has gone and chosen the best performing ones and put them at the top before the organic results even show. Now, if we scroll down a little bit further, we can also see that Amazon have their editorial recommendations. Now they outsource this to different companies depending on which category. In this one, it's Review Geek, and Review Geek will get an affiliate commission for catering for bringing all the best recommendations they have together for this. And Amazon have recently introduced this. You can see these, once again, apart from this one, are very big brands that have a track record of a history of selling. And once again, it's not organic. This is SeatGeek. Literally, someone went through these items together. They probably would have tested them out at SeatGeek, and they've put together their best recommendations for it. Now, after the 3 ads, the Amazon's highly curated choice, the editorial recommendations for SeatGeek, we have our first organic listing down here, which is way down that page. And then obviously we've got a couple more organic. This is the list of the organics that you would expect or used to originally be at the very top of Amazon. Here they all down here. And then, while I'm still scrolling, is I'm looking for the cap at the bottom. Sponsored ad, sponsored ad, sponsored ad, sponsored ad. So they end with 4 sponsored ads, and then they have brands related to our search down here, which are obviously bigger brands that have a good history of selling. So on that search where a lot of people find your products, most of them have ads or editorial recommendations or a highly curated few from Amazon. So this is vastly different than it was a few years ago, and it's been getting sort of worse and worse as time goes by. But this is not the number one way people actually find your product. That's called the product web. And I've got over here a screenshot of a tool called Yasiv, which apparently this month actually, unfortunately, went offline. Still looking for a good alternative for it, but basically lets you see the product web in a visual way. And this is, you used to be able to go in and used to type whatever product that you sold, and you could sort it by category, and it would show you the behind the scenes data at Amazon, how Amazon has basically categorized your product. This is a book example, but it does for physical products as well. How it categorizes your product, and also what it's linked to, what similar products are on there that Amazon are like, yes, your product, people buy a lot of it when they promote it on someone else's product's sales page. So for example, this book, Crashed by Adam Tooze, I don't actually know what this is, but was displayed organically on Tailspin because a lot of people who bought Tailspin also bought this book. And this is a very, very powerful organic way to be discovered, to be able to be displayed on someone else's sales page or listing, and actually get that traffic funneled back to your product and people converting on your product. So I want to show you this extreme example of this and the new steps Amazon are taking. This is Zippy Paws. It's a brand, and they sell cute little dog chew toys. They're $8.99. But what I want to show you first of all is this one right here, this little sneaky box that has popped up, which is the similar item to consider. So this is cool. Amazon, like in the product web, has discovered that this product, sorry, I got a little bit of cat fur or fluff on my nose. It's sort of distracting. That this product here is similar to this product, and people who buy this product might actually prefer this one. So that's sort of the visualization that we got. It's being recommended not only on their page down here like they used to be, but actually up here above the fold, as we know what that is now. So if you click on this one and open that in a new tab, we'll be able to see that this product here is actually shipped and sold by Amazon.com, meaning that this is actually Amazon's own private label brand that they're recommending way above the fold on this other FBA brand's product page, which means they're basically funneling that traffic away from this product into their own product. But that also might be okay. That is my alarm. I've got half an hour workouts going on, so I'm supposed to be working out every half hour. Sponsored products related to this item. Now, this was always there. You could always see sponsored products related to the item on product pages. But I can't actually find an example now, so I'm wondering if you can. If you go to Amazon, there used to be a secondary box down here, which was products customers also bought or products customers also viewed, which was the organic way of recommending your products within other people's listings. You can see it's a sponsored product related to your item. And then to compare with similar items, remember this is an extreme case I've got for an example, but this is what we're seeing is that Amazon are now like, okay, cool. You can get recommended different products down here, similar items down here. But what we can see is sold by Amazon.com, Amazon.com, Amazon.com. So you only have one other private label brand in here, and Amazon have popped their own products in those recommendations there. And if you go down the bottom, recommended Kindle books and browsing history, we got some weird products down there because we did a video on the 5 weirdest Amazon FBA products. I'll link it up the top. So 1, you believe me, and 2, you can check out the weird Amazon FBA products making over 10 G's a month. You can see this product web that used to be a really good way to getting organic reach is also sort of getting squeezed and throttled by Amazon's own private label brands, such as this cute little thing. Now, to further cement this, I want to show you the sheer scale of Amazon's growth in their private label brands. Now, everyone knows they have like Amazon Basics, they have Amazon Collection, Amazon Essentials. Then they have these random names like Pinzon and Solomo, and these are just brands that they create, and then they create product lines within these brands, and they sell them on their own platform and give them a little bit of a boost. And you can see here, Amazon created more than 100 brands, not products, 100 brands in 2019 alone. And so the answer to this question is that yes, Amazon organic reach is going way down, and Amazon paid reach and favoritism to bigger brands and their own brands is going way up, and it will continue to go way up. So we're not ending the video there. We have to ask ourselves why. And when we know why they're doing this, we can show you how to take advantage of this and how to use this as an actual good thing. And I'm going to show you that by comparing it to other companies that have done this and how other people got rich as companies did this and they knew they were doing this. So I want to give you the zoomed out bird's eye perspective on things so you can understand where we're going and anticipate it and beat everybody there. So why are Amazon squeezing out smaller FBA sellers? Number one, they obviously want to make more money. When they sell their own brand, they're going to make more money. They get the profit margin that's actually on the product that normally FBA sellers would be getting. However, they do have the overheads, they do have to get the production costs, and they do have the little bit of headache involved in that, but they're starting, with high demand products and they're testing it out and they're slowly expanding that range. So one, they want to make more money. Two, if you want to know what this little drawing is here, that I quickly whipped up, it's customer satisfaction. They want to make sure that their customers are always happy and always satisfied. If you know Jeff Bezos, who's the richest man in the world and the CEO of Amazon, his number one obsession is customer satisfaction. He just does everything for the customer to be as happy as possible, and that's how they've got to be one of, I think it's top 2 biggest companies in the world, and he's got to become the richest man in the world is he obsesses over his customer satisfaction. So we know that he is trying to make as much money as possible, and he's trying to have as happy customers as possible. So we're going to use these to our benefit, and I'm going to show you the 3 ways that I would tweak what you're doing if you're already selling, or if you're considering getting in this market, why I would still get into the market, and making sure you're adhering to these 3 things. But before I do that, I want to show you this. This really puts things into perspective. When people are really too close to the canvas, they can't see the bigger picture. They can't see the trend that history has repeated itself over and over and over, with just in different fields. And this field, for example, is Facebook. So Facebook was massive in 2012. You put a post up on your fan page, everyone remembers the fan pages, and 15% of people would see it. So if you had 10,000 fans, you'd have 1,500 people, when you organically post, see that whatever picture or whatever status that you posted, which was massive. And then they called it Facebook Zero. And that's when it really started to decline. The organic reach over time goes down as Facebook start to monetize more and more, and they want to throttle or squeeze out the organic reach in order to convince people to pay more with ads. And you can see this is them trending down. I'm sorry, I've got this piece of fur on my nose this entire video, and it's quite annoying, but I think I got it. So you can see this is trending down over time to 2016. It's down even further now. It's tiny, like fractions of a % of reach that you get for people who follow you, or people who are your friends, or people who are fans of your fan page, or even in your group. Groups used to be really high organic reach, and then all of a sudden they died, and they call it Facebook Zero. And I want to show you that this is a trend that repeats over and over again, and why, if you know this, you can make a lot of money for it. So this, for example, we'll do blue for Facebook, is organic reach, and this is time. And it goes like this, like you saw the graph, organic reach over time. So if this is say 2012 and this is 2020 over here, right now we're way over here. This is where we are, and it's only going to go lower and lower over time. And it doesn't mean the platform's dying. The platform's bigger than ever and making more money than ever, but organically it's going to slow. Now, if you've heard, I'm pretty sure you have, because it's crazy. It's really big with the younger generation. But TikTok is brand new. It's a couple of years old, depending on where you measure from. But basically, it's boomed very, very recently. It's massive. And the biggest thing, and why a lot of people get started, one, because it's ridiculously addictive and the dopamine levels are immediate and you get addicted to it very quickly. But because creators get discovered way more effectively, way more efficiently, because their engagement rates are way up. So you can see this is a little bit of a small graph. Let's see if I can zoom on that for you. That's not the right button. Let's try that. Scroll down. You can see there's actually TikTok versus Instagram, which is very important to note. But TikTok, depending on how many followers you have ridiculous engagement rates. Even here at 10 million plus, you're still getting a 2.5% engagement rate for every single piece of content you post, which means you could post 5 times a day and still hit that amount of people, which is extremely, extremely high, especially when you can see Instagram, who are ahead of the life cycle on this graph, ahead of this graph on them. So for example, this is Facebook down here. Instagram came along quite a bit later, and is probably about here on this graph, their organic reach. And TikTok is brand new, we'll do a different color for TikTok. We'll do a red. Is way up here. So everyone's like, oh, the organic reach on TikTok is incredible. Now, Amazon, this is the point of this video, obviously is following this trend too. And they're sort of down in this area here where they're really starting to squeeze people out. And they're starting to favor trusted sellers because that's what leads to customer satisfaction. So yes, they're bringing all their brands in there, and there are ways around this as well. I'll show you that. But the bigger thing is that they're just favoring the big brands. They're favoring the 5% of brands who are doing really well, have a great track record, have a really high quality product, and have great reviews, because these are the products that are making their customers happy. Now, if you can't do this with your product, you stand 0% chance of succeeding because you are not aligning your incentives with the algorithm, with Jeff Bezos, with the people you're relying on to send you traffic. Now, I'm going to show you this fascinating graph really quickly, give you the 3 tips, and then we don't want this video to be too long. I'll break up the specific strategies in more videos, so make sure you do subscribe and hit the like button if you've enjoyed this so far. You can see Walmart has absolutely soared ahead. This is it's an image, it's a graph. I don't know why I got stuck on that word. Monthly visitors per active seller. So for every 27,502 monthly visitors, Walmart have 1 seller. I said that the worst way possible, but if you're selling on Amazon.com, Amazon US, there are 2,000 people per month browsing Amazon for the one person that's selling on this. So for you, so on average, you'll have 2,000 people viewing your product if you're in a high enough niche. Where Walmart, for example, have 27,000 times the amount of buyers than sellers. So Walmart, for example, you're going to get much more exposure because they're up here in the graph. They're just more recently opened this. They're vetting sellers a lot more slower, and their organic reach is much, much higher. So, I mean, one, you could go and sell on Walmart. I don't recommend it now. I'll show you why in a second. Because, well, I'll show you why right now. Because Walmart are also heading down this way. And if you understand that TikTok's heading this way, every single platform's heading this way, and most of the money is made on this side of things. Most of the money is made when they reach critical mass and actually can start monetizing that platform and you monetizing with them. So the biggest thing that you can do is not to jump to a smaller platform or a different way of selling your products, because Amazon is number 1. And if you haven't seen this is Marketplace Pulse year in review 2019, and it's incredible. And they give Amazon basically the biggest marketplace plus the most future potential. And there's more and more millionaires. There's more and more people making $100,000 every single year on this thing. So I'll link up the video we did. We actually broke this PDF marketplace. They did an incredible PDF. We broke this down in a video that we'll link up above for you. It'll be in the description too if you can't see that pop up. But basically, I want to show you how you can maximize your results on Amazon during this monetization period. So 1 is learn Amazon pay-per-click. Learn how to align your incentives and your pay-per-click, which is the Amazon advertising platform, perfectly, and get very low ACOSs and ride that to the moon, because Amazon's going to be scaling bigger and bigger every year. But that's not very practical. That just means go learn a lot of stuff about ads, which if you are serious about Amazon, you have to do. That's going to be my number 1 focus for the next couple of years with my brands, because you just have to be the top 1% ad spender, and you're going to be one of the top 1% results. But less costly things that you need to do and focus on are this. 1, go into a smaller market and try and be the number 1. So we used to be like, go choose a big size market and be the number 10 and make 10 G's a month. Now this is still working. It's still going to be working for the next couple to few years, but long term, you're far better off choosing a slightly smaller to medium sized market such as this one, bobby pins for blonde hair. And we're just going to Helium 10 this, link in the description for Helium 10. You can see they're doing $115,000 of revenue every month. You know, it's not millions of dollars of revenue, but if you can come and have a very high quality product with an amazing brand and you can dominate, be the top 2 to 3 people, Amazon are going to literally favor your brand above everyone else because they're favoring the top 5% of brands. You need to become the top 5% of brands in your niche, and you'll be in those editorial recommendations, and you'll be the one that Amazon is pushing on their own dollar because they can trust you long term. Find something that looks similar to this, has decent market depth, no crazy market leader, and figure out how to be the market leader. There's a lot of ways to do that. We've got a lot of free content on this YouTube channel to show you that. And there's a lot of other content out there that'll show you how to do that too. But I mean, the best way to do it is just subscribe, and we'll keep giving you the content to show you how to do it. The second thing is making sure that you are more than a single product. A lot of people are trying to launch one product into a low competition, high demand niche, and it doesn't work because the competition just comes and you're standing on your one leg, that's one product, and you're just going to topple over. If you launch a brand, if you diversify, like this Zesty Paw product, this Zesty Paw brand who have all these products, great branding, you can recommend your customers between your brand, and one customer here can turn into 4 or 5 purchases throughout your whole thing, and a lifelong customer of your actual brand. And then one purchase here will also start spreading back to this and this and this. And it's 7 times easier to cross-sell a product than it is to sell a product directly to cold traffic, to someone who hasn't discovered your brand. So make sure that you are building a brand long term, and that doesn't mean come out with 10 products at once. Start with 1, diversify. 2, diversify. 3, diversify. And build it up over a couple of years, a sweet portfolio under one umbrella. And then make sure we're leveraging Amazon. We're not Amazon sellers. Make sure your brand is available off of Amazon. You can see this is Zesty Paw's website. They have a really good shop off of Amazon. They have package inserts where they're recommending to go to the website. They're recommending their Instagram. They're building up a brand, and they're leveraging Amazon. And then you can go, once you've got your Amazon done, I'm hesitant to recommend this because it's much better to focus on one thing at once and then start diversifying. Once you master Amazon, get your own store up, get your Shopify store up. You can run some Facebook ads. You can go over to Walmart, sell it there. You can go to eBay, sell it there. You can go to these retail stores, build up your brand portfolio, build up your brand value, and you are actually in an e-commerce and actual retail business that's not going anywhere fast. So make sure you're not listening to people who say this is easy, because it's not. Make sure if you're doing this process, you're committed. We have a transparent launch coming out very shortly. We're doing it this year in the next couple of months. If you want to see that, if you want to see how to do it with 2020 and beyond strategies, you must subscribe to see the launch.